It's that time of the week already. Yes, team selection. Game week 2. But first, let's take a look at how game week 1 went. And as you can see, 43 points. Very disappointing. Very underwhelming to say the least. Only 3 returns out of my whole squad. And unfortunately, those 3 returns came out of 3 of my top 4 players that were EO'd. So when it comes to ownership and your differentials to doing well and, you know, with your game rank, unfortunately, Calafiori, Zoles, João Pedro were my 3 players that returned, and everyone's got them. Everyone's already got them, or majority of people have got them anyway. So as for my rank, I'm sitting at 6.3 million. Not the best. But I will say, a lot of people have used one chip already. I did see over 1 million players have already used their bench boost this week out of 9 million players. 1 in 9 is crazy high. But as you can see, still got all my chips still to play, and it's still a long week to go. Long way to go. 37 game weeks. I'm not worried whatsoever. Look, it was a week where, you know, you want your differentials to do well. That's what's going to make you climb the ranks. And unfortunately for me, all my differentials this week absolutely sucked. Nico O'Reilly, 2 points. Virgil van Dijk, 2 points. Morgan Gibbs-White, 2 points. Isak, 2 points. And one of the things that hurts the most is, you could probably see in my bench here, Wissa got an assist sitting on my bench. I was actually happy with the pick of Wissa. I didn't go Calvert-Lewin. I went a little bit differential. Everyone's got Calvert-Lewin. He's not... I think he's a tad overrated, but I don't want to speak too soon. But yeah, Wissa's looking like a good pick. But if you've seen the previous episode, I think the biggest disappointment I had was in the last video before the final Game Week 1 video. I had Kieran Dewsbury-Hall in my team over Morgan Gibbs-White. And of course, Morgan Gibbs-White only gets me 2 points. And of course, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall bags 11 points. It was a great goal, to be fair, from Dewsbury-Hall. But other than that, I'm not going to complain too much. Still a long way to go. There were some positives in this team. One of them, I still got all my chips. But like I said before, Wissa. I think Wissa... Newcastle's fixtures from game week 3 till about 10 are phenomenal. They are really, really good. So going forward, I think I'm going to be in good hands, especially this week. But I do have some benching dilemmas next week. So let's talk about this week and the team selection. Right. So this is the team that I'll be rocking for game week 2. In goal, we've got Lamens. Now at the back, we've got Nico O'Reilly, Virgil van Dijk, Calafiori, Van Nieuwijk. And in the midfield, Lefay, Bruno Fernandes, Brian Mbeumo, and Zolis. And up front, I've got João Pedro and Alexander Isak. Now, there are benching dilemmas, okay? So this is not the final team. We got Wissa on the bench, Morgan Gibbs-White, who has a knock. Didn't play in the Carling Cup game against Leeds, which Forest lost. And I got Nico Williams as well. Now, this team has been prioritized to the Fantasy Football Scalps AI, who recommend that this is the way I should line up. And I don't know how I feel about that because, you know, you've got a penalty taker, Morgan Gibbs-White, sitting on my bench, and I'm not really happy about that. Now, here's the thing. Is he even going to play? Because if he's 50-50 and he looks like he's not going to make it, I'll definitely put him on the bench. But if he does look like he is going to play, and we do get some news that some confirmation from Glasner that he is going to play, I think I will start him over Van Nieuwijk. He's a penalty taker. Look, we don't know how Forest are going to be this year. They didn't score at home to Leeds, which is a little bit concerning. But in that Newcastle-Liverpool game, Liverpool looked vulnerable. Liverpool look like a team that are going to concede a lot of goals this season. So do I really want to leave the potential of those points from Gibbs White on the bench, especially he's on set pieces, and especially he's on penalties. Not really, to be honest. So, realistically, I can see me subbing in Gibbs White for Van Uyck. And my team will probably look a little something like this. Here's the other thing, Van Uyck. Let's talk about Coventry. A lot of people are bench boosting this week, going heavy with the Coventry defense. I'm not too sure about that. I know Coventry played Hull twice last season, and both games were 0-0 draws. It's a different league, man. It's a different year. It's different players, different settings. I can actually see goals from both teams in this game. The one thing I can't see is being another. What are the chances it's going to be 3 0-0 draws in a row? I'm not really seeing that. My other dilemma too was I've got Wissa. Do I really want to leave Wissa on the bench as well? You've got Tottenham away. Again, Tottenham. You want to talk about vulnerable? I was talking before about Liverpool being vulnerable. Tottenham look even worse. I've got Kinski as well. Is it big dilemmas I've got here? Obviously, it's not the week to play my bench boost because, Liverpool away for Forest is not a good week to play the bench boost. But yeah, easily, I could probably take, if Gibbs White has a knock, I could easily replace him with Wissa instead of Van Uyck. So that's a dilemma I got there as well. Now for captaincy was, look, all preseason, I've gone the route of no Haaland. So I've played to the advantage of Bruno Fernandes's fixtures. Bruno was always going to be my captain this week. But there is a debate to be had with Bryan Mbeumo. I think if we're just judging off that first game against Hull away, is that Bryan Mbeumo created the better chances, the more clear-cut chances in that game. And if we're talking about ways to goals, avenues to goals, Bryan Mbeumo looked more threatening to score some goals. So there's a case to be made that Bryan Mbeumo could be a better option than Bruno. But of course, Bruno's on all the set pieces and he's on pens. But I did see a stat today. In the last 5 seasons in the second game week, Bruno Fernandes has never scored a goal or got an assist. Now, that's a mad stat. And stats are there to be broken. Or is he going to continue? I'm not too sure. I do remember this time last year, though, Bruno Fernandes' second game was against Fulham away, if you remember, at Craven Cottage. And he missed the penalty, skied it over the bar. That happened, 12 months ago. So, doesn't really like the second fixtures, does he, Bruno? But Ipswich at home. What are the chances, Bruno? You know what? I was actually thinking about triple captaining him in preseason. Second game week, Ipswich at home. I was actually going to put the triple captain armband on Bruno. After last week's game against Hull, definitely not happening. I'm going to save that for Haaland. So when it comes to transfers, obviously I'm going to roll this week. Make no transfers. Next week I'll have 2 free transfers, and I'm really 50-50 on what I'm going to do. I've got, an option is to wildcard. I could wildcard next week and get Haaland in my team for Coventry at home, and triple up on City, get the Chelsea boys in for game week 4 who have Hull at home. They're going to be very popular in the next few weeks. Or, if I don't want to use the wild card and I want to bite the bullet, there is a way I can get Haaland in my team. Is that if I take Bruno out and Isak, I can get Haaland in my team and a 5.5 midfielder. Yeah, it would have been perfect if I had if the stars aligned. I could have got Sangare in before he had the price rise. So that would have been a brilliant option. I could take the hit and still do that move and, find funds elsewhere. Or I could just wait and not panic and see how this week plays out and see how else I can spread the funds. Or do I take the hit, do I bite the bullet and play on my wild card? The only thing about playing the wild card, it is very, very early to play my wild card. We're still in, it's game week 2, you know. But there is a stretch of fixtures from game week 3 to about 10 where there's a few teams that have a really good run. And I do have a few Liverpool players. Their fixtures turn for the worse soon, and so does United's as well. Because I am heavy. I've got 3 United players and I've got 2 Liverpool players. And yeah, that is the team selection for game week 2. Now do us a favor, get in the comment section. Please tell me, did you make any transfers this week? If not, next week, tell me your plans, who you're thinking about bringing in, and what's your strategy going forward. And I'd be interested to know, have you used any chips yet? And will you be using your wildcard next week? Please let us know. But yeah, my name is Niugi. Can you do us a favor and hit the thumbs up button? It goes a really long way. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next video where I react to the weekend's game and give a review of the games from the weekend. But until next time, I'm your boy Niugi. Take care and peace.